Hello, and welcome back to the Bulletproof Hygiene Podcast. I want to acknowledge, I know it's been a while since I've rolled out a new episode, and I'm so excited for it to be this one, as I am joined by my fellow Bulletproof Hygiene coach, Ashley Price, and we are here to extend you an exclusive invitation to our 2025 upcoming Bulletproof Summit. Hi, Ashley. It is so exciting to have you join me today.
Hi, Charissa. Thank you so much for having me. I am also so excited. This is going to be an amazing summit. This will be my fourth one.
Nice.
And it's going to be my first time sharing the stage with you. So I'm completely honored as a fellow hygienist and a fellow fan, of course, to be doing this with you. So I'm really, really looking forward to sharing what we have in store for everyone this year.
Yes, me too. And so you mentioned this is your fourth.
Yes.
This will be our sixth annual summit coming up. And just like Ashley said, I'm super, super excited. The energy that comes with these summits. And Ashley Ashley has a unique perspective in speaking around this because she has a servant's heart. And she has served several years at our summits and just really helping our attendees, know where to go and get their questions answered. But she's also spoken. She's done some with Dr. Craig. She's done some, tracks off on her own. Like, she's a rock star. So you do not want to miss what Ashley is bringing to the table. And Ashley, speak to the energy of previous summits, like getting to see it from both sides.
I am just always so excited because when you're at a summit, you just feel the energy around the room. You just feel like, wow, we're in a place where we are all like-minded people, willing to grow, excited to learn. We're there with our teams, and it just is such a vibe. I like always say that. They're just like, the energy is high, people are happy, they come up to you with questions. You just feel like this rock star when you're there. And seeing all the other speakers, I learned something new every single time. Even from fellow speakers that I've seen before, they come with fresh perspective, and it's a good refresher. You never have something that you can't take away on Monday morning. So it's just such a privilege. Yes,
absolutely. So you guys, if you're hearing our voices right now, and I know you are, then consider yourself personally invited to immerse yourself in a dynamic environment alongside, just like Ashley said, like-minded dental professionals. Learn the secrets to success from industry leaders and discover cutting-edge insights that will propel your practice to new heights. So mark your calendars, book your room and flights. We are only 3 months away. The date is August 8th and 9th. And this year we are going to be in Orlando, Florida at the Ritz-Carlton. Super swanky, super nice. To get more information, I want you to go point your browser to bulletproofsummit.com. All of the details are there. And we have a special promo code that we're offering. You need to just type in BPH Charissa. It's CHARISSA 25. So BPH Charissa 25, and you will get $100 off of each registration. So we chose Orlando this year, and Ashley is a fellow Florida native. So talk to us about why we chose Orlando.
Well, I first and foremost am so excited because Orlando's just a few hours away, just a quick drive. And for us to be able to share our beautiful state with you guys attending is going to be amazing. The weather should be great, lots of Florida sunshine. The resort is amazing. There should be pools and things to do on downtime, a lot of really great areas to relax with team. So I think that this spot is perfect to just get out and get that vitamin D, especially after all the holidays and the cold weather. Being out in that Florida sunshine should really help with your growth and your learning. So I cannot wait to attend. I've never been to the Ritz before, so this will be such a treat. And I can't wait to be so close to home.
Yes. And I'll say too, I know in the past, a lot of our attendees, obviously and we're going to talk about this, but we really recommend that you come together with your team if you can, because there's just so much synergy that comes with that. But I know a lot of times in the past, people have brought their families too. And so it's a great getaway for families. We know Orlando's got a lot of fun experiences. So yeah, we're really excited about that. And then you mentioned the Ritz. You've never stayed at the Ritz. Neither have I.
Yep.
I'm also really excited because we know that is a very luxury hotel. And actually, that's why we chose it. So we spend so much time talking about giving our patients this, super exceptional caliber of care and an experience. And so we want to, stand by our word and do what we say. So this summit is at the Ritz-Carlton because of the luxury, because of their exquisite caliber of care and customer service, so that we can take note of the way we're being treated, take that back to our patients, enjoy a special treat for ourselves, but really pay attention to how it feels to be treated that way, and then turn around and take that back to our patients.
Exactly. Well said. And it's going to be such an amazing experience. I can't wait. I'm just so excited.
Same.
All righty. So as we know, our lead doctors, our fearless masterminders are Dr. Craig and Dr. Peter Bolden. We are so lucky to have them. They are ones who they're responsible for this whole thing. We know it's always great to go to a course. It's always great to get really excited and to learn, but to actually be able to go back on Monday morning and implement and put what you learned into practice is something that this summit is really tailored for. It's really the intention for us to be able to have your teams come, just like Charissa says, so everybody can be really immersed, everybody can follow in, and everybody can collaborate on what they've heard and what they have to bring to the table. So really the intention is to be able to strategize everything that you've learned together. So we find that it's really cool to see team members gathering together after each track and just huddling and sharing notes. So we know that this is something that is really effective. And we know that just from our experience over the last few years that you can take everything you've learned and implement it day one, Monday morning.
Absolutely. And I mean, Ashley, you've probably had this experience yourself. Like I always joke and say I've been doing this since dinosaurs roamed the earth, but in the past, I would go to a CE, I'd go to a cool conference or a good lecture, and I'd come back and I'd be like, oh, I learned some great stuff and this is so cool. And nobody else from my team went with me. And I came back and it was really hard to, share that knowledge and share that passion and get any traction at all. And it kind of turned into like, oh, well, I learned this really cool thing and I really liked it and I wanted to do it, but nothing came of it. So just like you said, like we are so intentional and it's such a team experience. Like this summit is tailored for your entire team. It empowers everyone to, like you said, go back to the office specifically with a unified vision, which is really, really important. And so when you come together, you're equipped to guide patients toward healthier choices and effectively tackle your practice's business goals, kind of looking at the vision. Where are we going? How are we going to do this? Getting strategic with it. And we've seen that there is so much more traction, growth, and collaboration when we all hear the same information and we can think through and strategize together on site. And so that being said, the Bulletproof Summit is designed to bring your whole team. We are going to have 4 main stage full team presentations and workshops where you sit together with your team and dig into the 4 pillars of Bulletproof, which is foundation, community, strategy, and fulfillment. Dr. Bolden and Dr. Craig Spodak really dig into those different pillars and help us break those down. And then we have focused breakout sessions that speak more to each individual section and department of the practice. So we have some offerings for office managers and team, and those things center around like leadership and team culture and designing compensation and knowing what metrics to track. We've got definite tracks that are more focused towards our doctors that, are around things like marketing and AI integration opportunities in dentistry and learning best investment practices and bringing in associates. So much to offer. And obviously this is Bulletproof Hygiene. So what about hygienists? What do we have to offer for the hygienist, Ashley?
What about the hygienist? So we have a couple of tracks that Charissa and I are actually going to be doing together, which I'm absolutely honored to be a part of this year with her. Our first one is going to be called the Headspace of Hygiene, navigating the physiological demands of dental hygiene. So what this means in a nutshell is we all know what it's like to be just having a day where we have unreasonable patience and just everything piling up, and we're trying to wear all the hats, and we're trying our best to just be everything. We're so attentive to details, and we have team drama and personal demands and all the things that we're just feeling like the weight of the world. And we connect with that and we get that. We're practicing hygienists. We're still living the life. So it's our best effort to help each other manage stress during the workday and also help you manage stress outside of the workplace so you can bring in your practice in and out of the work so your whole life is a little bit more balanced. Just understanding a little bit more about how you can transfer your nervous system from the fight or flight that we're mostly always in to that rest and digest. So it's a really important objective that we'll go through, in addition to like healthy team communication, because your experience inside the office is going to directly relate you first as the person, how you communicate with other team members, and also we're going to be reviewing some patient education and enrollment here. So this one is going to be loaded with a lot of good pearls to take away as we build and develop a more positive work environment for ourselves and do it with a little bit more ease and grace.
Absolutely. I've come to realize through all the years, hygiene is much more psychological than we realize for ourselves as well as our patients. And so, Ashley, it's funny to me that you say you were honored to speak with me about this. And I feel the exact same way about you, because you guys, I don't know if you know this or not, but Ashley is a certified health coach. And so she's really dug into how to motivate patients and how to speak to them in such a way that helps them, take ownership over their own choices and own goals and really own those. And that's a huge part of what hygiene is. So I'm really privileged, I feel like, to do this course with you together, honestly, because what we are really about in Bulletproof is helping practitioners find fulfillment in what they're doing. We all got into this because we love people. We want to take great care of them. And if we're not careful, we will find ourselves really burned out and operating at a place of deficit. And so that's what this whole course is about, is like being honest. Like, we're going to talk about what are the barriers, what are the things we're all facing every day. Let's be real about that. But at the same time, not living in a victim mentality, but really getting strategic, like Ashley said, with all the things about how do we navigate these things that can bring us down and stress us out in such a way that allows us to operate from our best selves, so that we can give the patients what they deserve from us and the care that they deserve.
Right. It's almost like you have to be your best before you can provide the best for someone else. And I like that direct quote, because if you think about how giving we are as providers, we give so much of ourselves to where we come home and there's like nothing left and we're struggling, and it just causes burnout, and it like gives us less opportunity to practice what we're good at for as long as we like to, because we just can't sustain. So this one is going to be a really important thing for us as hygienists to be able to master and to be able to share with others who may be struggling, because it can be very lonely in hygiene and none of us really talk about it.
Absolutely. So that is our Headspace of Hygiene. Don't miss it. And then we are doing a second one as well. Ashley, tell us about that.
Yeah, so we're going to be learning a lot about how building and fostering a rockstar hygiene team looks like and what that's all about. So oftentimes we are stuck with who to have, who's good, who's not good on our team. How do we filter out those resumes? We get lots of people filtering in, and we're choosing people based off of a paper or a resume. But when you get that person in, or how do you get that person in, is really, really the most important thing. We want to choose people very selectively based on a clear guide and set of parameters. And we're going to go through an interview process. We're going to learn how to identify certain key factors of what your team is going to want to look like, certain questions to ask. We're going to also go over how we can set certain protocols in place that once you do have your team on board, how everybody can be aligned and collaborated properly. So this one's also super important because there's really no guide out there. It's more so a trial and error when it comes to onboarding new team, and even with your existing team. How do we coach these people throughout their journey. So we're going to talk a lot about that on this one. This one's going to be very strategic, getting down to systems and processes while also addressing healthy team culture and values.
Yes. And you said it a few minutes ago, like sometimes hygiene can feel very lonely. It can feel like an island. And so we never want someone to feel that way within their own practice, within their own hygiene team. So this, like you said, very strategic, really helps foster a hygiene team full of rock stars that are excited to work together. I've talked to hygienists in the past, and I've coached some hygienists where it almost feels like a competition. And that's not comfortable. Like, we all want to be in a supportive environment where you're going to, rally around each other and champion the wins and learn from each other's strengths, lift each other up. And that's what Bulletproof is all about. So I'm super excited about this course. We haven't done one like this in the past, so I'm super excited to bring this year.
You are so right. It does feel like a little competition sometimes. It's almost like you're rooting for your school or something. You're like over here, like, oh, we're over here. We're from Spodak. So, you're so right about that. I had never even thought about that, but it's true. It's like, how do we all be just on one big team, learning and growing with each other? It's just so true.
I love that. And another, I'm gonna say this as just like a little tidbit takeaway. Like, I've again in coaching hygienists over the years, like, I see sometimes hygienists almost feel like with that competition mindset, like, I want to be more like so and so. I want to do more like so and so. And I tell those people, like, we are all designed so uniquely. You have to be you. You be you, and if you can be the best version of you, you're going to crush it. Because again, we all got into it for the right reason. So if you make sure you're in a healthy mindset and you're communicating well, and you have the good of the team and that alignment and that vision, you're going to rock it. So, don't waste your time trying to be someone else. You can only be you, and the best version of you is exactly what's needed. So, yes.
I love that takeaway. Thanks for adding that one on, because I'm taking that one right now.
I love it. Well, another really excited guest speaker we have coming. This is a repeat speaker. She was here last year. She is incredible. And I'm going to introduce her topic here, but I want Ashley to speak to this as well, because she got to take her course last year. And let me just say, I did not, because I was actually teaching another course at the same time. So I missed out. And I heard such good feedback on it that I was like, okay, this year we're not scheduling any other hygiene options across from this. Like, I want everybody to be able to go to this. So I am talking about Dr. Katie Lee. She's going to be hosting a breakout session geared toward the whole team. And again, I'm biased because I'm a hygienist, but I think especially toward hygienists, because we know we're the ones in the trenches on the oral systemic front. And if you don't know Dr. Lee, check her out. She was on a previous podcast. It was episode 128, so you can get a feel for her. She has a wonderful book out called Saved by the Mouth, very much about the oral systemic connection and testing and what we can do to help our patients. That's easily findable on Amazon, Saved by the Mouth. She has mastered how to implement all of the testing and protocols around becoming a true oral systemic health practice. And that is exactly what she will be sharing us with this year. So, Ashley, tell me your experience with her course last year, because I know you came out and you were like, oh my gosh.
I was just going to say that story. I remember just thinking to myself, I cannot wait to get out of here and tell Charissa what I learned and how excited I am. And that's not an exaggeration. I went to you right after and was like, this was amazing. And it was amazing for so many reasons. She had just loaded information. She had documents and charts and real life situations. She was talking about salivary testing and oral systemic links, but not just like your basic, like, how is diabetes related to gum disease and stuff. It was really breaking it down to where it just made sense to talk about it more in your practice. And I think that that's where dentistry right now is really lacking, because we're not understanding the importance that we have as hygienists and the power that we have to really make an impact on somebody's oral systemic health by treating their mouth as the pathway to the rest of their body. And this course had gotten me so excited to really zone in on the salivary testing portion of her talk, because that was something that we weren't doing as much. And to be honest, it wasn't that we didn't see the value. It was really because we just didn't know how to start. And I found it so comforting to know that there were so many other people in the audience were sitting in the same position that I was, ready and eager to do it, but just at a standstill because we didn't know the way. So I found that with Katie's direction, it really gave me the confidence to say, okay, next week when I get back into the office, we're ordering tests, we're doing this. And I just got so excited by the difference that I could make in my patients' mouth and overall health by just having the conversations about what's possible. And it just really lit me up. And I had gotten the ability to re-spark my energy again with hygiene. So I really do owe it to her course. It was absolutely amazing.
Yeah. And I know she brings one of her goals and one of her objectives, if she brings a really strong action plan, like she gives you like a step-by-step approach for how to integrate everything that she's talking about. And then even gives you the communication skills to help with your case acceptance, to help with how to talk to your patients about this. So it is one of those courses, like yes, this is why we didn't schedule anything across that this year, because you came out, you're like, oh my gosh. I was like, I have to hear all of this. So
it was great.
Guys, another really one you do not want to miss.
Do not want to miss it. It was so great.
Yes. And then another one we're going to be having is around the use of Perio Protect trays. Tanya Dunlap and I will be speaking together. We're doing clinical success with Perio Protect, reducing inflammation and mastering case presentation. For those of you who don't know Tanya, she has a PhD. She is the Vice President of Clinical and Business Development at Perio Protect, where she has worked since 2005. For several years, she served as the research liaison for the company, working with the researchers who tested Perio tray therapy in controlled clinical trials and microbiology studies. Her expertise on this adjunctive periodontal therapy is grounded in the data, explaining how the prescription trays work and which patient candidates can benefit from them. She is, you guys, an absolute wealth of knowledge. I have been working with Tanya for, the last 12 years, I guess. Super helpful, very knowledgeable, very passionate. And I want to say Ashley and I both have been using Perio Protect in our practices for years. I would say, and I'm going to let you speak to this too, Ashley, but for me, it was a total big game changer in what I was able to do for my patient health, like really seeing the bleeding stop and the gum inflammation go away and really maintaining health on the long term. Honestly, it was a game changer for production and collections and being able to thrive in the practice. It has been a win all the way around. I know so many times people get nervous about something that's unknown. Like, I don't know about this. I'm not sure what I'm going to do about this. This is a great course because it really breaks down how it works, why it works, how to implement it, how to talk about it. But tell me your thoughts, because I know you're a big fan as well.
Yeah. And, we have that to have you to thank for this, because I remember back in, maybe 2018, somewhere around that time frame, when we met with you in your practice and we're like, what is this Perio Protect tray you speak of? Like, what is this thing? And we almost couldn't believe it at first. Like, how does this, kind of like when we started anything, like even back in the day when we were doing Invisalign and stuff, and we were like, how does this try and move teeth? And then we saw it happening. So seeing it from you and being able to observe your success with it gave us this open door to just change our entire way of how we treat our patients. And it really has, along the years, we've been able to use Perio Protect in a lot of different situations. And our patients really do like it. It's not a hard thing to use at home. We have great treatment outcomes. We have a lot of compliance with our patients. I've got so many people come back and they say, thank you so much for these trays. I love them. My breath is better. My wife is no longer complaining. She says my teeth are whiter. Like, you know, people say all types of things, and it's always something positive. And I think that being able to implement and utilize these adjunctive services, to your point, it's helping the patients, it's helping your practices. It's a way to break up the brush, floss, rinse, repeat mentality by adding something that's actually going to make a difference. And being able to offer that to our patients as a solution is something that has been such a huge turn in our practice and just the way our patients receive treatment here.
Yeah. And what a gift. Like, we think about, sometimes we don't think as seriously as we should, I think, about inflammation, but we're learning so much about inflammation and total health. We don't want inflammation happening anywhere in the body. And when we have a tool like this that can really reduce that and really keep that at bay, it's not just protecting the mouth, but it's protecting that systemic aspect as well, because we're really able to manage the biofilm and those bacteria that drive that systemic inflammation. So if you guys haven't heard of Perio Protect, this is the course to check out. Highly, highly recommend. And then, like I said, we are doing 4 main stage that cover all of our pillars. I will get to join Dr. Bolden on stage for the morning of day 2, where we really dig into strategy, specifically around enrollment and productivity. And then Ashley, you get to talk to us about the fun guy.
Yeah, so I absolutely love this next lovely human that I'm about to introduce, Dr. Uche Udiatu. I saw him a couple years ago at the AOSH seminar, and I was just incredibly moved by this person who was up there talking about microbiome and gut health and how we can save our mouth through the power of our body and healing. And he had just instilled such a energy and spark in me. And I will tell you guys, and I don't know if I told him, but he was one of the reasons why I decided to go into health coaching. It's just I felt that the power of healing from within and the ability that I had as a hygienist to really make a difference sparked something in me to do something different with my career. So I will make sure he knows that. I'm almost sure he does, but a little side note on him, because enough about me. He is a professional member of the American College of Sports Medicine, and he's also a practicing dentist. So extra points for that. He is from Toronto, so he's from a little ways away. He's also an NCCA certified personal trainer, certified yoga instructor, and certified boot camp instructor, and has given 600 plus lectures in 7 countries. Amazing. He's also an author, The Miracle of Health, Simple Solutions, Extraordinary Results. Adding that to my book list, 100%. What I love about him is that he's actually our MC. He's super awesome at bringing the energy to the room. He gets your blood pumping. He gets your blood flowing. He brings in such enthusiasm and energy. He's such a wealth of knowledge. I can't say enough about him talking about just the total body health aspect. I've seen his lectures over the last few years, and it really is such a privilege to learn and hear something from him coming from a dentist perspective. Yep. I can't tell you how unique that is, because many of us are sticking within just the scope of dentistry, where he's got the ability to really bring it all into one piece. And one thing that I'll never forget that he mentioned, that he actually shares knowledge with his patients and recommends health books and things in addition to his therapies that he's providing to his patients. So this is going to be a really fun breakout session that you'll be able to see with Dr. Uche, but he's also going to be very visible and very present because he's going to be running our show and introducing all of our speakers. So I can't wait to see Dr. Uche again.
Yeah, he brings a whole nother element. Like, you will not, if you think you're going to just quietly be sitting in your chair bored, you will not, because he will have everyone up stretching and dancing and moving their bodies. And if you haven't experienced him before, there's a couple of podcasts we've done for him. The most recent one was 121. So check that out if you want to get a flavor for Dr. Uche. And just like you said, Ashley, he's so good at like thinking about big picture total health, because it is all connected. And he's great about giving small little tips, like little hacks and little tips that are great for us as providers, that are really important because we have to be taking care of ourselves in order to take care of someone else, but also things that we can share with our patients. So yeah. And not only is he our MC, but he is going to be doing one breakout lecture also. So that is one that you don't want to miss either. And then we also have Deborah Nash. And I don't know if you've ever met Deborah. She has been at some previous summits. She is so much fun. Again, great energy, just super authentic and funny, and just has a way with words. Like, she's just really good with verbiage and how to speak to people and how to meet people where they're at. And so she's a trainer, she's an author, a presenter, and a consultant. She's been in dentistry for over 30 years. Her husband is a dentist. She knows the business well. She engages standing room only audiences for organizations and study groups nationally and internationally. She is a blast. And I'll tell you that We get to experience her twice if we want to, because she is going to be on the main stage. She's going to be digging into 12 mindset shifts towards success. And then she's also going to be doing a breakout about building a cohesive team. And Ashley and I can both speak to this because we've had the privilege of her coming to our practices and doing, full team immersion meetings where she's really helping everyone know how to say it, know what to say, and really integrate the vision and really help patients receive the best level of care.
Yeah, I mean, she just is so captivating. She just steals the room. You don't want to take your eyes off of her. She, just like Charissa said, just has like this incredible personality. I mean, she brings the energy too. She's up there with
Really
Gucci.
funny. I love her.
Really hilarious. Yes. I mean, she is. And I think that that's what you need. And what a great example of somebody who's been in the business for as many years as she is. And she's still excited, still passionate, still enthusiastic. And she's able to share such amazing information. When she came to our office and spoke with us, it was a Saturday, and we were like begging her to stay longer. I mean, who can say that they're excited to learn more about their job on a Saturday? But that just says it all. And for her to be speaking with us again is such a huge opportunity to really take the verbiage and the way she explains something. I mean, she'll have you enrolled in anything and everything you ever thought of, because she made it sound so good. So bring pens and paper for this one. Absolutely come prepared to check it out, and you won't be disappointed. She's absolutely amazing and incredible.
Yes.
Oh, all righty. But hold on.
What you got?
There's more.
Whoa.
There's more. What? There's more. We've got a lot more left here, a lot more speakers. We do have Paul Viguero from Surf CPT. Surf CT. We have Erica Pasillo. She's our Bulletproof Office Manager Whisperer. So we say. Yes. She's actually my sister. I don't know if anybody knew that. She's my oldest sister. Vanessa Smith, Dr. Pecora, Dr. Chris Alpers, David Amador, Dr. David Ensley, and Randy Smith. We have such a great lineup of speakers this year, sponsors. Everyone here is coming to share their personal experiences and the love within their practices. All the companies, everybody that we have coming to our summit, we have picked very strategically because we know and we believe in everything that everyone's doing. Everything that we bring to this summit is things that we do ourselves and things that we find that could be valuable to all the rest of you. So if it's not authentic, it's not going to be here. So everything has been planned out, and I'm just so excited. It's going to be next level, and we can't wait for you guys to be there.
Yes. And I'll say, I do want to shout out some love to our sponsors, because we're going to have some great companies there. Simply Perio saliva testing is where it's at, you guys. So it's really great that Katie Lee's talking about saliva testing. So if you hear this and you're like, ooh, this sounds fantastic, but where do I go next? It's right there on the show floor. Ashley and I both are using that in our practices. It's been a game changer. Obviously, Perio Protect will be there. Stella Life has been a big hygiene lift for us to really help with healing. We use it a lot in our surgical cases. They're endless. Care Stack is going to be there. Surf CT. There's so many. We're going to have, I just lost it in my head. Oh, it's one of the financial assistant companies. Anyway, all of the sponsors are awesome. Just like Ashley said, this, you guys, it is a jam-packed summit. So hopefully, as you can see, first of all, wasn't this so much better than reading through a guide about what the summit's going to be? Hopefully this was a lot more fun. As you can see, there is something for everyone, every member of your team. We believe so strongly in what this summit offers and what's possible for your practice that Bulletproof guarantees a 10-time guarantee on your investment. You will have the time of your life and earn 16 CE hours doing it. So do not wait. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Seats are going fast. Again, it is August 8th and 9th in Orlando, Florida at the Ritz-Carlton. Go to bulletproofsummit.com for all the details. Use promo code BPH Charissa CHARISSA 25 to get $100 off for each registration. We can't wait to meet you and add you to our Bulletproof family. Thanks for listening, guys. Hope to see you there. Ashley, thanks for joining me. We'll see you guys there.
Thank you. Bye,
Bye,
guys.
everybody.